Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we are once again going to be investigating the mystery of the missing Princess IKZ and how she might be hiding in plain sight right in front of our eyes. So the reason I wanted to go back and look at this mystery again is because the top post on the Red Dead Redemption Mysteries subreddit is about Princess IKZ, and it's not an old post from months ago, it's a new one from about 3 weeks ago, and it comes from an individual who says they think Princess IKZ is working as a saloon girl in Van Horn. So we're going to be investigating that and much more. However, I'm sure you guys, at least some of you, might be thinking to yourself, who is Princess IKZ? Well, Princess IKZ is Isabeau Kathabrina Zinsmeister of Luxembourg, who is a young woman who has been missing for 15 years. Now, we can be introduced to Princess IKZ in two ways. There's a reward poster outside of the Van Horn Saloon offering $1,000 for her, reward to find her, and there's also a newspaper article. Now, on the reward poster, we get the following information: that she was 5 years old when she went missing. It's the 15-year anniversary since she went missing. She has blonde hair, a birthmark on her left cheek, a birthmark on her right hand, and a $1,000 reward for her safe return to any sheriff's office. And then, of course, in the Saint Denis Times 45, or any other newspaper equivalent of that, there's a newspaper article called Royal Kidnap. And it says, reward offered for Princess Isabeau, Luxembourg Royal. 15-year anniversary of suspected kidnapping, Luxembourg. In a royal proclamation, the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg has issued a decree offering a reward of $1,000 for information resulting in the whereabouts of Princess Isabeau. The princess disappeared from a remote hunting lodge while on a hunting trip during a private family visit to the United States. She was 5 years old at the time. Some believe she was murdered, some that she was abducted and kidnapped. Although no ransom note was ever received, others persist that she was eaten by wild animals. Her disappearance has been a source of never-ending trauma and embarrassment to the royal family, and especially for her brother, who has frequently implored the American people to assist in finding information regarding her whereabouts, and himself denies any wrongdoing in her disappearance. While there have been rewards offered in the past, the most recent offering is the highest ever considered. It follows recent rumors that she had been taken to a small town in the United States. Princess Isabeau has a characteristic birthmark on her face and right hand. Anyone who suspects her whereabouts is encouraged to visit local law enforcement. So that gives you a really good idea of what happened right there. And that's sort of the background that you need to know. Now we can get a little bit more background as well. There's a camper north of the Elysian Pool. He's one of those campers where if you sit down and talk with him, he'll give you some backstory, and he will tell you his obsession with finding the Princess Isabeau. Take a listen to this right here.
I'm sorry. I'm not myself these days. I don't know if you've ever had an obsession in your head. You know, something that takes a hold and won't let go. When I came to this country over 7 years ago now, I heard about this reward. Yes. Now I have your attention, see? A princess from Europe was lost here when she was a child 15 years ago. Her body was never discovered. Her country still has hope and is offering a lot of money to anybody who can bring her in. I've been looking for her ever since, on and off. A man told me to look in the town of Van Horn, so that's where I'm headed now. It's probably nothing again. For a man who lives like me, free and on the move, it's strange. I just can't let it go. But it feels, you know, unfinished.
Okay, so a couple of things I got out of that is that he's been searching for her for over 7 years, and he says things like she got lost when she arrived and her body hasn't been found. Now, this leads me to believe that she wasn't kidnapped, but maybe got lost. And it's a possibility that she's dead altogether. And then there's actually a man in the Van Horn Saloon that will actually talk to you about the missing princess. If you have like a drink at the bar, this is what he'll have to say.
You ain't looking for that princess, is you?
You already made us
Had a few fellers through here
stepping.
recently asking about that. Chasing some reward for some European princess missing for 15 years now. Damn fools. Only princesses in Van Horn charged by the hour for less than a royal buck. Anyways, You clearly don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so now that we're in the Van Horn Saloon, that post that I mentioned on the Red Dead Redemption Mystery subreddit the other day said that Princess Isabeau is working as a saloon girl in Van Horn. And this woman right here is who they think Princess Isabeau is. And the strong reason is because of the hair. Her hairstyle is basically the exact same one that is worn by the princess, at least that we can see in the reward poster a long time ago. So here's my thoughts on this. Yes, there are some things here that are similar. The hairstyle is obviously very similar, and that kind of raises a couple of red flags. But again, there's no guarantee that it's the same person based off of hairstyle. There's hundreds of hairstyles, and they're bound to be duplicated. Another similarity is she's wearing a necklace. But again, there isn't anything specific about the necklace that we can gather that says, oh yeah, that's definitely her. Now, another thing that could make sense is that she just never left the town of Van Horn. And maybe because she was lost and didn't have any family, she resulted in just being a saloon girl, which isn't exactly the most princess-esque lifestyle, but again, maybe it's because she was in a foreign country and had no idea what to do. Now, what about some things that don't make sense here? Well, for starters, I don't see a birthmark on the left side of her face, and I don't see a birthmark on her hand. Now, that's kind of hard to tell, but if Rockstar really wanted to hide her in plain sight, you would think this is something that they would, like, nail down, that they would actually have the birthmarks mentioned in the newspaper articles. And the next thing is age. Now, I'm no expert, but Princess Isabeau is only 20 years old in 1899, and this lady doesn't look like she's 20 years old. Certainly doesn't look as if she's super old, but definitely doesn't look as if she's 20 years old either. So I don't know. I don't think that this is actually the Princess Isabeau, but I do like that theory that she's hiding in plain sight. And that makes sense because if we actually go to the Van Horn trading post, which is the fence, you'll find probably the biggest clue that she's still hanging around here, or could be hanging around here, because there is luggage that can be found with the letters IKZ inscribed on it. And that right there is clearly Princess Isabeau's luggage, and you can even see it has like her family crest on there as well. And that's another thing you guys have wanted me to check out, and that is there anything in the second story of the Van Horn trading post? Because it is sort of weird that Rockstar kind of shows you what's up there. There's like a staircase leading there, but you aren't able to get there. The door is locked. Well, lucky for us, we've been able to find a very easy method that allows us to get through most locked surfaces. So what we're going to do today is go around to the back side of the Van Horn trading post, and this will allow us to glitch through. Now, unfortunately, we can't really get upstairs because there is an invisible wall or barrier that blocks us off. But we can actually see enough to confirm that there doesn't look to be anything up there. It just seems to be like some empty drawers and cabinets and stuff like that. There's certainly not a princess hiding up there. So that confirms that mystery, that there isn't anything going on up there, and that the princess at least isn't hiding in the Van Horn trading post. So I think that there's a couple of different realistic aspects to this entire Princess IKZ mystery. The first is that Rockstar had abandoned this quest, but still left some of its assets in the game. For example, the luggage that we can see in the Van Horn fence and the wanted poster in the Van Horn saloon, it gives people something to do and to pay around to sort of the mysteries in game. But they could have completely removed that quest line, or it might just be unfinished. Now, this always leaves Rockstar the opportunity to add something like this back into the game in the form of a DLC. Now, that, of course, is depending on if Rockstar does a single-player update, or as we've seen in the past, like in GTA 5, Rockstar finishing off mysteries in their multiplayer version. So it wouldn't be shocking if we see some Princess Isabeau character just suddenly appear in Red Dead Online, because we've seen them do this in the past with GTA Online, so again, it would not be shocking here. Now, there's certainly plenty of other theories as well. Maybe Rockstar just had this as an open door, like they didn't actually intend for it to be solved, or maybe she really is hiding in plain sight and we have just missed all of the clues. And it wouldn't shock us because we know how detailed Rockstar gets with these types of mysteries. So as always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think happened to Princess Isabeau. And do you think she's hiding in plain sight? Do you think she's even in the game? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.